So I'm recording. So today we're going to be covering some basics, and then we're going to be talking about something called the TAME framework, and we'll get into that once we get there. But just to talk about some basics, so we understand everything that we need to understand, all the terminology and stuff like that. So EP, that stands for entry price. That's where we're entering the trade. TP, that stands for take profit. So what TP is, let's say we enter our trade right here. Once the price hits our first TP, our first take profit, is going to take us out of that trade in profit. So it's securing the bag for us. Now, what our stop loss is a good thing as well. Let's say we entered the trade right here, but for some reason, the trade decided to, instead of go up, it decided to go down. What our stop loss does, it makes it to where we only risk a certain percent of our account, so we don't lose too much of our account. So if this is just a bad trade idea, because sometimes it happens in trading, you have two options. It's either you buy or you sell. So obviously sometimes you're gonna just have the wrong answer. Something's gonna happen. News might drop. So if that does happen, we pretty much have a safety net. That's all that our stop loss is. Let me see. Okay. So now for a buy, I wanted to get into where our stop loss and take profits are. So if we're buying, obviously we want price to go up. So our take profit will be above our entry price. If our take profit is above our entry price, that means our stop loss is going to be below. So for example, if we hop on to harmonics and it's telling us our entry is right here and our take profits are all above, what that means is we're going to be getting into buys. Does that make sense? Perfect. And then it's the exact opposite for sales. For sales, our TPs, our take profits are below our entry. They're below our entry. Now, there are something called pips. Now, I'm sure we've all heard it. Now, what a pip is, it's pretty much just a unit of measure. So if you said I cut off 10 inches of my 10 inches of my hair, it's like saying our price moved 10 pips. It's literally, it's just a unit of measure. You could compare it to inches, you compare it to feet, whatever you want. But how to calculate our pips, there's two different ways because we have a couple different pairs. So for example, for things such as gold, which is XAU, SPX, US 30, even NAS, they move in something called points. So pretty much all you have to pay attention to is the whole number. You don't even have to pay attention to the small little decimal. It's not too much decimals. It's usually like 1 or 2 decimal places, maybe 3, depending on your broker, but not too many decimals. You're really paying attention to the whole number at this point. And 1 point is equal to 10 pips. So if price moved from 2,100 to 2,200, that equals 100 points, which means price moved 1,000 pips. So now let's look at our normal pairs. Let's say this is Euro USD, GBP AUD, whatever it is. We have our full number, but we're going to break our number up. The first part of our number, the first 3 digits, is called our base. That's going to be the base. That's typically not going to change too much. This number will change. This number will change. It won't change as often, but you won't see this number change too often. And if it does, if it does change often, that's because it's like kind of like on the borderline. Does that make sense, family? That makes sense. But typically you won't see this number change too often. This number is if it moves like the hundreds of pips. So let's get into the pipette. Let's get into the pipette, and then I'll break down kind of like the place of it. So the last digit is called our pipette. It's not a full pip. There's 10 pipettes in 1 pip. So if this is our pipette, the digit right next to it is a pip. So this is our pip place, our ones place for our pips. If we moved over, this is our tens place. So if there's a 9 right here, that means there's 9 tens. So that's why there's 94 pips, because this is a tens place. So pretty much whenever I'm trying to calculate my pips, what I do, I cut off the pipette, literally cross it out. I'll drop an X on it. Let's make it red. Bam. We're crossing our pipette out. And all I'm going to do is subtract. I typically do the number I do from the decimal on, and I don't add the pipette obviously since I exit out. But for this example, I just use the two numbers that were different. What I mean by that is, as you can see, the base is exactly the same, 1.97, 1.97. If the base is exactly the same, all you have to do is subtract the numbers that are different. For example, if this was 1.96645, what I would have to do, I would have to subtract 0.9794, subtracted by 0.9664. Does that make sense? So yeah, so once we do that, the main thing here is just make sure we cross off the pipette. Once you cross off the pipette, you can subtract whatever, and you'll get however many pips. You'll get however many pips, and that's really what tells you. That's really kind of like how you figure out how far prices move, something like that. So now, the next thing we want to know is our lot size. Our lot size. So what our lot size pretty much is, it's how much money you're putting into the trade. It's how much you're really risking. How much you're really risking. So we have 3 types of lot sizes. Sorry for this line family. We have 3 types of lot sizes. So our first lot size is a micro lot size. What that consists of is a 0.01 to a 0.09. And we all probably know a 0.01 lot size is the smallest lot size we can use. What that means is, for every single pip, we're going to be risking 0.10. So that's 10 cents. For every single pip, we're going to be risking 10 cents. So let's say we have a trade that moved 30 pips. Every single pip, it'll be going up 10 cents. So we'll end up making $3 on a 30 pip trade. Does that make sense? Also, I have a formula right here. So if we want to calculate how much we would lose or would win, or if we want to calculate what we actually won or lost, we can do our lot size times however many pips price moved or we're expecting price to move, and that'll equal our total profit or loss. So for example, with that 30 pips, what we would do with this 0.01, we would do that 0.01 times 30 pips, and that would equal $3. Ooh, wait. I lied. It's lot size times pips times 10. Lot size times 10.
Times 10, right?
Yeah, my fault. Oh God, thank you, Cozy. Perfect. It's like that. And the reason why is because our lot size is 0.01. So 0.01 times 30, that would equal, I believe, like 30 cents. So the reason why we have to multiply it by 10 is to figure out how much we're making per pip for that lot size. So in order, okay, so we can't figure out how much we're going to make or lose based off of just the lot size, because it's not a dollar amount. It's kind of just like a representation. So it's like an X or like a Z. So with that being said, we have to figure out what that is in a dollar amount. And how to do that: first, you multiply your lot size times 10, and that gives you how much you're going to make per pip. Once you know how much you're going to make per pip, at this point, you're going to multiply that times however many pips, and that gives you your total profit or loss. So that's just kind of like the reason why behind it. So now, for our micro lot size, if we're using a 0.09 lot size, that means we're going to be risking 90 cents per pip. 90 cents per pip. So I got a question, family. If I use a 0.06 lot size, how much would that be per pip? 0.06. 60 cents, yep. And Cozy, you could feel free to talk too. Like unmute yourself if you like. You don't have to.
Oh, shoot.
So now we understand our micro lot sizes. Now our mini lot sizes. This is like the next step. It's like when you're kind of when you understand the basics, when you built your account up a little bit more, you can start using mini lot sizes. So now the first mini lot size we have is a 0.10. A 0.10. Now, as we already know how to figure out how much we're going to be making per pip, we multiply our lot size times 10. So how much a 0.10 will be per pip? It'll be $1 per pip. So if we use a 0.10 lot size on this trade and we caught 30 pips, we would have caught how much money, family? 0.10 lot size and we caught 30 pips. $30. Yeah. Yep. We would have caught $30. How we know that is we do our lot size, 0.10 times 10. That gives us $1 times however many pips, which is 30. 1 times 30 equals $30. So now our largest mini lot size is a 0.99, which is going to be $9.90 per pip. A 0.99, which is $9.90 per pip. So I have a question. I'm gonna ask each and every single person individually. Who is this on here? Hold on. Who is this? Yeah, it's Dylan Cosette. Okay. All right. So Dylan, can you hear me? Dylan. We'll get back to Dylan. Cosette, what's going on?
What's up?
Okay, so I got a question for you.
All right.
If I'm using a, let's see, 0.23 lot size, Michael Jordan, 0.23.
0.23.
How much am I going to be making or risking per pip?
$2.30.
Exactly.
Oh.
Cecilia. So if I have a 0.35, we're talking about Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper. How much am I going to be making per pip? The formula, I'm gonna type it right here just so we have it, is going to be lot size times 10 equals money pip. So so I see. If we have a 0.35 lot size, what we're gonna do, we're gonna plug it into our formula, multiply by 10, and that's going to give us, yeah. All I do, I just move the decimal, move it over like that. Boom. Baby. Got one for you. If I have a 0.78 lot size. Or were you gonna say something? Yeah, that was it. You're good. And then Mia, I got one for you. If I have a point, Hmm. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. I'm gonna throw a curveball at you. No, I can't do that. I can't do that yet.
I was gonna say, how you throw a curveball at her?
If I have a 0.64 lot size, how much am I gonna be risking?
640.
Yep, exactly. All we do is multiply by 10, boom, bang, pow, chicken, wow. Oh, awkward. Perfect. So those are our mini lot sizes. So now our standard lot sizes. This is when we're trading with the big boys. This is when our accounts are looking pretty nice. Yeah, this is ultimately what we want to get to. This, if you haven't set trading with the standard lot size as one of your goals, definitely do that, because this is where we want to be trading as. And the reason why is because it starts with a 1.0. And we already know our lot size times 10 is how much we're making per pip. So 1.0 times 10 is $10 per pip. So if we had a trade that moved 30 pips, that's $300. So now, this is where it gets tricky. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Any volunteers?
Okay.
Okay. No, actually, we're gonna let Cecilia go first. So Cecilia, if I have a 26.0, a 26.0 lot size, how much will that be per pip?
I'm confused.
So all we're gonna do is multiply our lot size times 10. Yeah, 260. That's all we're doing. It's real simple. I even have kind of like for risk management, I have 4 formulas. I try to make it like real simple, so I always like have like formulas or like a list of steps, so we can always look back and pretty much always be able to like understand. Cozy.
No, Dylan. He didn't have to do the last
I'm gonna give Dylan some hard stuff. I'm gonna give Dylan some hard stuff because he playing. But
what?
You said what?
Nah, I got a test for you because I was calling you, but you weren't here. So
Oh my bad, bro. I was doing my laundry.
you good, family? I got something hard for you coming. So you gonna see.
All right, bet.
But co-set. What
Yes.
if we have a 36.20 lot size? How much are we gonna be making per pip?
362.
Ooh!
She's
Oh my
sharp.
gosh! Oh my gosh! So if we're making $362 per pip, what if we catch a trade for 10 pips? How much are we gonna make from that trade?
Ooh, $3,620.
Oh my gosh, Cozy! Easy.
Hey,
If we raise that move 10 pips, how much is that? Perfect. Mamma mia. Okay. Let's see. What if we have a lot?
okay, Mama, you can play with that.
That's a 7.05. Lot size. How much are we gonna make per? Yup. So if we have a 10 pip take profit and it's massive take profit, how much money are we gonna make? is true. Boom, bang, pow. Okay. Now it's time for baby.
It's just a union.
All you gotta do is
I
move
always have my
decimals. All you gotta
calculator.
do is move decimals by 10. So let's say we have a trade that's 333.77. Okay, so we got to trade. This is our lot size.
That's our lot size?
This is our lot size. How much am I going to be making per pip?
Um, 300 or 3,000? 337.7?
Yep.
I didn't know where the comma went.
Yeah, you just move it. So you just move the decimal over. Right?
Got you. I let the big numbers distract me. See, I'll be transparent.
So now, if we caught 10 pips on this, how much money will we make?
Well, yeah, 3,377.
33,000.
That's like crazy because like someone could have got into the same trade with a .03 or something, like two people, and just the exact same parameters, but one person made that much money, the other person made.
Dylan.
That's the only thing that changes. Dylan's about to get it.
Hey, bro, you're scaring me.
I got some for you.
All right.
All right, family. So let's say, you know, a year from now, family, we're in Jamaica on vacation
Okay.
with the family. You feel me? And
Yep.
we're big balling by this point. You feel me? We're big balling. So we decide to drop a lot size. I have a question, family. What's your favorite number?
What's my favorite number? 7.
7. So let's do 7, 7, 7. Let's do 333.
What the hell?
Boy, let me see. I'm gonna test you too. I'm gonna really
You're
test
trying to set me up.
you. 5, 6, 1. 5, 6, 1.
That's the lot size?
This is the lot size.
Okay.
I have a question though. Can I use this lot size?
No,
Why can't I?
that's too big.
What's too big about it?
Isn't the leverage like 500 or something like that? Does it have to do with the leverage? Shit.
How many decimal places after a lot size can we use?
You can only have 2.
Exactly. So this is the correct lot size, right? So
Sure.
so this is right. So this is right. Something I'm not sure if you watched the video with me. Banks have used lot sizes of like 1 million. They literally use a million lot sizes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this big numbers. You just have to have the money in the account, obviously.
Okay.
But so banks use numbers like this. That's why I gave a story like we're big balling. You feel me?
Okay. Okay.
That's why I had to throw that in there. So now that
We're
got
trading with billions.
Yeah, billions.
So we're trading with billions.
Family. How much are we going to be making per pip if this is our lot size? Keep in mind our formula is just right here. Lot size times 10.
Okay. 7,773,000. Right. And 335. Yeah.
Dang, how'd you do that so good?
He's a math major.
Nah, that is true.
I would just have to call out the numbers because I'll be like, I don't know where it's at. All right, okay, so let's say this move 10 pips, family.
How many pips?
10.
10? 70,733,356.
Oh. Boom. 77 million.
Hey, if I win a trade like that, I'm not trading no more. I'm done.
Wouldn't
Facts.
want to flip this. Man, I'm flipping for life. But yeah, so that's lot sizes. That was just to pretty much show you how much we can make, have some fun with it.
I feel you.
Have some fun with that. Have some fun with it. So now that we went over lot sizes, we pretty much already know the basics that we need to cover. Now I'm going to go over risk management another day. It's something that's kind of like more advanced and it takes more time. But I want to start getting into
Trends.
So when we're buying, what it's going to look like, it's going to look like it's going up from left to right. Now keep in mind, price never just goes straight up. Price has to correct itself. It has to correct itself. So what I mean by that, it goes up a lot, down a little, up a lot, down a little, up a lot, down a little. So we're always gonna have these pullbacks, price pullbacks. And so pretty much we have names for these. So they're called, when it's an uptrend, it's called higher highs and higher lows. So it goes up to a high, and then this is a higher low, then a higher high, then a higher low, and then a higher high. And we want to buy low, so we'll buy the higher lows. So what I mean by that is right here, price came up, bounce. Price came up, bounce. We bought right here. Our take profit is going to be our next high, our next high, our next high. Our stop loss is going to be below, and we want to buy at our higher lows so then we catch the next higher high. Does that make sense? So buy low. The reason why is so we could catch the full move and fully profit. Now, what it means with the currencies, when we're buying a currency, it means the very first currency is going up compared to the second, compared to the second currency. So it's stronger. The first currency is stronger. It has more value than the second currency. So now, keep in mind when we're buying, when we're looking for a buy, it's called an uptrend. And another name for it is called bullish. And how I remember the difference between bullish and bearish is because when bulls strike, because their horns are on their head and they're pointing up, you get attacked like this, going up. So now, when the bears strike, sells, downtrend, bears, they're tall, they're swiping down at us, so they'll swipe down. That's how their claw marks look.
Want to know how I remember that?
How do you remember, family?
Bears can't run downhill. They start rolling over.
that's good. So for when we're selling with the currencies, what we're saying is the second currency is going up in value compared to the first. So it's the exact opposite. And then from left to right, it's going down. And what this downtrend creates lower lows and lower highs. And we want to sell high, so we want to sell the lower highs. So it starts up here on a high, comes to a low, comes to a lower high, comes to a lower low, comes to a lower high. We want to sell this lower high to catch all this move profit to this next lower low. And we only have 8 minutes left, so we're going to get into, if anything, we could just hop right back onto the window.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could just hop back on.
Yeah, Cozy, whenever this ends, you could just click the same exact link and hop right back on.
Okay, cool.
Gotcha. So now that we went over the basics, family, those are all the basics. those are just some things I really felt that we should know as a team, as family members, some things that really help me just kind of get to understand where we're going to be or what we're going to be learning now. So this is called the TAME framework. This is something I learned literally in my first month of trading. And this is really ultimately what pushed me to become a good trader. This is like literally my foundation. How I trade to this day is based off of this. I decided to look through my journal, my old journal, because I have like 3 notebooks right now. And my first one, I wanted to just look through it, and I found some gems, and I was like, man, I'm gonna share this with the team because this really helped me. So I already know like this is for sure gonna help the team. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. But the T stands for trend, the A stands for area of value, E stands for entry trigger, and then M stands for max loss. We're gonna add max loss to this. And at the end of the call, we're actually going to be adding max loss to our harmonic scanner. So that's going to be pretty cool because as we already know, the harmonic scanners, it's a tool that calls out entries for us. It's a tool that gives us trades, but it's not 100% accurate. It has an accuracy rate of about 80 to 90%. Now we can really make that close to about 90 to 95% adding max loss on and using the TAME framework. What's up?
I'm sorry, what was M?
M is max loss. So what we're gonna do, family, just because I was recording, we're just gonna end this call and we're gonna all hop right back on. In this call, all hop right back on. So I will see y'all in 1 second.